Down here as we get set up here on this Wednesday edition. Let everybody get in here. Check the audio as we always do. Eh, eh, don't see it there, but we'll check again. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see it here. We count down. No longer up next. Sorry, I got the. You may hear in the background. We got the civil defense sirens going on in the background. There we go. Hear the audio, so that's all good. Welcome to Explorers Expresso for a Wednesday, November 5th edition. You folks in the podcast, glad you stopped by. You folks in the live show, I'm glad you're here. I'm Dan Vaughn, voice of the Sioux City Explorers. You know what? Let's roll the open in three, two, one. Here we go. I promise. Three, two, one. How about take two, Vaughn? Three, two, one. Here we go.
Well, it's baseball time in Siouxland once again. The Explorers are out to bring home another win. And when they take the field, they'll be hitting and running and stealing. So come out to the park for that big league good time feeling. Well, it's baseball Sioux City style. Baseball Sioux City style. Gonna conquer the league. Hold on to your seat. The Explorers just won't be beat.
Baseball, Sioux City Styles. We'll bring that down the background, let it play out there. Glad you're along on this first November Wednesday the first week in November. Crazy, right? Crazy. We are doing two cameras again. You folks on the video, give me the two camera shot here. Let's do that. Let's here we go. Yes, baseball Sioux City style. I can bring that in. Can I? Oh yeah, let's pause that. We'll play at the end though. Dan Vaughn with you. It's Explorers Expresso. It is the Wednesday, November 5th edition. Glad you're along. It's really a pretty simple show. In about 6 minutes, Steve Montgomery will join us. We're going to run through the hot stove update. We've had 4 players signed since we last chatted on our scheduled show, which was 2 weeks ago yesterday. I'm going to get you up to date. We're going to go through. Now, I gave you last week a little hot stove update. In lieu of that, we have a live show today. That's why I didn't do the video update yesterday, but we'll break down the 4 signings. Mongo will talk about that. It'll be pretty quick. I do want to hear from you guys, and I do want to start off with this. We do know that it's officially off season because the World Series is in the books. My question for you folks tuning in now, the question is pretty simple, pretty simple. Was that the best World Series? Now, old folks like myself would probably tell you, well, this one, that one. But I'm going to rephrase the question this way. Was it the best World Series the game needed? That may be the best way to look at it. And I want to hear your thoughts. Dodgers beating the Blue Jays in an epic game series. Uh, and does the money, etc., the ability to do your business, which the Dodgers can do with the finances, does that overshadow anything? I would tell you 10 years ago, 6 years ago, yes. But I think where baseball is, and if you've seen the numbers, head to head against Game 7 of the NBA Finals, blew them away. Now, the NFL's still the TV king in the land, okay? We know this. But that being said, baseball seems to have some momentum going. I think a lot of it's the international momentum going. I think it's huge. I mean, it's no secret that with Japanese stars being in the mix, that's a plus, right? I mean, that's a plus. But was it as good as? I mean, I know a lot of folks the best ever. I've had so many people stop me and say, "Oh, it was the best World Series ever." Had people in my church elevator, had people in Lubbock, wherever I've been the last week, they've asked me that, right? Um, Now, Casey says I'm a little biased for the Cubs in 16 as a Cubs fan, was pulling for the Blue Jays this year. Now, as a Ranger guy, I was fanatic a couple of years ago when they won it for the first time in my lifetime, maybe the only time in my lifetime. So I get it, Casey. I get it. But I guess my thing is, I'm taking out the Dodgers, the money and all the things they've got, all the headlines, and the Dodgers kind of going through sleepwalk mode, and then finally they're there in the World Series. And believe me, they had their hands full. There were ebbs and flows in that series that it could have gone either way at multiple times. And I mean multiple times game riveted to game seven on Saturday night. And okay, well, the Jays are about to win it, right? Same thing on Friday night. I remember listening to the game of the double play ball. I'm listening to the game on the radio on Sirius, and I'm listening to the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. I'm going back and forth inning by inning to hear their excitement, and they were very calm. I mean, you hear me in a playoff game, I'm going nuts, man. I'm all on the edge of my seat. But it was a strange, calming thing. So my question is, and I love to hear from you guys, best World Series, question mark, but let me phrase the question, the best World Series we needed for the game. Because again, the NFL's king, the NBA really going back to the last 25 years, the NBA has been number two. And they've done a great job globally to get the game where they need to be. Of course, it goes to the Yao Ming. They're with Houston with the Chinese audience. In my international travels in Australia and in the Oceania area, you can't go anywhere without seeing Lakers jerseys, wherever. I mean, I had a conversation in Japan last year in Nagoya, and at dinner back to back nights to a couple of guys who work for the a couple of the Japanese railways, which is a big deal over there. And they'd come over to the States and been consulting on a project over here in DFW in Texas. And their reference of Dallas Fort Worth wasn't the NFL, it was the Mavericks, right? And at the time, this is right around the time the Luca trade happened. So I've had conversations overseas and I've seen the NBA. But what I've also seen is a lot of baseball caps. Now, yes, mostly Yankees and Dodgers, a smattering of Red Sox and Cubs, and once in a while another outlier. But in general, I've seen Major League Baseball wear, and if you're in Japan, it's everywhere. I mean, in Japan, the Otani stuff's everywhere, but so is Yamamoto. They're all the Japanese stars where they play the Nippon or in the MLB are celebrated there. So again, baseball is alive and well in Oceania now. While it's growing in places like the Czech Republic, Italy, Holland, places like that. We've talked about that a lot in the air. I think for the U.S. audience, it was huge to get interest again. And I have a conversation with a couple of casual fans from my church who, and not their fault, they're just not huge baseball fans, but they were into it. And unlike years gone by, except in the local markets, and if you're a Cubs fan, you were huge about that in 16. For me, a Ranger fan 2 years ago, it was huge for me and huge for DFW and for Texas. But, by and large, my wife and I were in Abilene, Texas 2 Fridays ago when the game started, or Friday week ago when the game series started. And the restaurant was full, the bar area watching the game. And, people were into it. I think population wise across the board, I think the game needed it. So that's my question. I'll get you guys comments quickly. Here's Mongo will be joining me in a couple of moments. Casey says brought back attention to the game that needed it most. Yes. Hey, Jason, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Joe, good to see you as well. Robbie, DB, you're live on your personal Facebook, not the X's page. Oh, really? Huh. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Huh. Did I not flip that button? Let's see here. Am I on that? You're right. I am on my own page. Well, I'm going to keep the show right here. I'll replay the show on our Facebook page because I did not realize that. I've got, you know what? I guess I could add it. Can I add it right now? I don't think I can. You know what? It's all me. You know why it's all me? Because, guys, and I'm sorry about that. Uh, you know what? I kind of want to, I don't know. Let's see here. Can I flip it over? Oh, I see what I did. It's on my timeline. It's on my timeline. Well, I get some folks that I wonder why some of you folks have popped in. Good to see Dan Hart there in Kansas City. Good to see you. I will, you know what? Let's start this and start again, and I'll edit this all together. Okay. You guys give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back with you. Mongo, if you're tuned in, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to pop off and jump over to our page. I just realized I did that. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back with you. Jump back over to, yeah, mistake. I'm trying to get this on Instagram and on my YouTube. I'm streaming to three places, and I just didn't flip the button right. Give me a moment. Give me 2 minutes. Mongo, stand by. I'll be right back with you guys. Flip over to Facebook, the Sioux City Facebook. Okay. I'll be right with you in about 2 minutes. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks, Robbie. I'll be right back with you.